So, hello everyone. I just request everyone, whatever you record, just make it a link and send it to across. Those who are not attending will be useful for them for future also.
Yeah, sure, we'll do that.
Thank you.
I'm already recording. We'll share the recorded link to all of you. So please don't send request to record.
So I request everyone to please unmute your microphones.
Yeah, I think we are all set.
Yeah,
Please.
cross 108. So let's start, Guru.
Yeah, please start.
Yeah. Please mute yourself. Everyone, please mute yourself. Let's officially start this program. Lakshmi madam, can you just mute yourself, please? Once. Yeah. So I don't want to take much time. I'll take a couple of minutes to talk about the Vichara Vahini. This is a flagship program by our initiative Udyoga Pramoda, and Udyoga Pramoda has been very successful, and that's what we have thought about. Why not come with an expert talk series for to start from the Chaturmasya, and that's where we have started today's talk. And I'm very glad, and we are very happy that to see a tremendous response. Bala sir was telling the registration has been more than 300. So that means it's a super duper kind of a success is what I can tell about a Vichar Vahini. So just quickly talk about Vichar Vahini. So this is a series which is going to happen on Saturdays and Sundays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. and specifically from today onwards. And it is not only limited until our Chaturmasya. This is going to go even beyond Chaturmasya. That's the idea. And we are going to get all the experts to talk on the subject. So during this Chaturmasya, we wanted to make sure that it is a AI related one, not for IT guys alone, for non-IT people, for housewives, for kids, for everyone, whoever wants to. Suchendra, you are raising your hand.
Yes, you go ahead. I can continue. No, it was not to distract you. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday will be more on a IT, which is not an IT, so AI related for all the domains. And the Sundays would be more of a personality development, the soft skills, and all which is required in day-to-day life, not alone for the career. It is for everyone, for any situation. So Vichar Vahini is all about that. And one more thing is, as we are, Udyoga Pramod is coming up with the programs called as hackathon and other things which we know we are not going to talk today. These are all connected. These all initiatives are connected. One of the initiative is Vichara Vahini. And I want to talk anything, Suchindra, before I wanted to introduce our speaker, today's first speaker, our Girish Ahankari.
Yes. Thank you, Guru. That was a great introduction about Vichar Vahini. Hello, friends. I am Suchindra. I'm also part of the Yoga Promoter team. I didn't want to barge in, Guru Bhai. I'm sorry, but I know that there are a few people who are very new to Yoga Promoter. So I just wanted to take 30 seconds to let them know about the initiative as well. So for people who are joining us for the first time, Udyoga Pramoda is a brainchild of our beloved Satyatma Tirtha Swamiji. The very aim of this initiative is to help our people to enable them to secure jobs at the same time. If they want to upskill themselves, we are here to help. The very aim is to upskill and also get placed. At the same time, we have very many other new ideas as well. And this Chaturmasya, we are taking this up as a challenge to to start up. To bring in new ideas and also support you. So Vichar Vahini is one of the initiatives for Udyoga Pramoda. Like Guru Raj has said, we have a few other activities as well. We have our new website that has launched last week. That is udyogapramoda.org. My team will just type in on the chat post this session. Please go ahead and check that out. We are very new, so if you have any feedback as well, please pass it on. But yeah, we would love to have you registered with us either as an aspirant if you are looking for a job or if you're looking for a support, or as a mentor if you can support our children in any of the ways. That's it. Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks.
Guru.
Thanks, Suchindra. And yeah, definitely with the blessings of Satyatma Tirtha Swamiji, let's start this session. And I wanted to introduce today's first speaker, Mr. Girish Ahankari. Huge round of applause to him. He has taken time and he has come over here, and he's also a part of our Udyoga Pramoda team. Thanks, Girish Ahankari, for taking time and coming over here and for the first session. So let me just briefly talk about. I say briefly because we don't have a time. He has lot. Girish serves as a executive vice president at Core.ai, a unicorn startup that stands as a leader in conversational AI and generative AI, as recognized in the Gartner Magic Quadrant. Core.ai empowers large enterprises worldwide with a primary focus on North America, delivering cutting-edge solutions that transforms customer and employee experiences through advanced AI technologies. With an impressive 25 years of experience in the IT industry, Girish has been at the forefront of AI innovation at Core.ai for the past 10 years, leading the generative AI and machine learning teams. As an inspiring leader and senior management executive, he holds nine patents in AI, and has built passionate, high performance teams from the ground up across startups and large multinational corporations. Girish is a performance techno-functional manager with a proven record of delivering game-changing product features, shaping product strategies and roadmaps, and excelling in cross-functional collaboration to turn bold ideas into reality. He is renowned for fostering technically strong, cohesive teams by instilling coding standards, industry best practices, and rigorous review processes from project inceptions. Over to you, Girish, Mr. Girish, and I think it's a brief introduction. I know that there's a lot to talk about you. Over to you.
Thanks a lot, Guru, for that long introduction. My name is Girish Ahankari. I'm Executive Vice President at Core.ai. I've been with Core for last 10 years now, working as Executive Vice President. I lead the NLP machine learning team and generative AI. I think it's so kind. It's the upbringing of my parents. I would like to thank my parents for making me capable enough to come and present here, of course, with the Ashirvada of Guru Guru. So, what I want to understand and make sure that this session has to be very, very interactive. So feel free to come and ask questions wherever you have. So first, let us understand why are we here. I mean, the enthusiasm that has been shown by all of you tells that there is a reason why you are coming. Either it is the catchy word generative AI or AI. So obviously there is something that is pulling all of us. But then I want to understand from most of you as to give me comments as to why we are here. Why do you think we are joining this call, trying to learn something in AI? Do we see any comments, Guru? Flowing in?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think just a second. Yes, there
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, so while you guys please comment on this. So the idea why we want to do is we want to start the journey of becoming an AI superhero for all of us, including me. So we are on a journey which is going to be a roller coaster ride for all of us, which we will be enjoying on this path. So before we start, are you guys scared that AI will take jobs? Because I'm in this industry for last 25 years, but from last 10 years, whatever I'm seeing, wherever I go, first thing that whenever we explain the products, what we are doing, whether it is to our customers, prospects, or even to friends who ask me, what are you doing? And I explain that I'm working on AI, building a conversational AI platforms or AI platforms. The first thing they ask is, will you be replacing people? What will happen to the people who are doing this stuff manually? Are you guys also scared? Is that a similar thing that is going on in your head? We constantly see this news that is coming out on our newspapers, Twitter feeds, or YouTube, on our news channels, that there are constant layoffs happening. This is a recent news, 2nd of July, so not very far. Microsoft laying off around 9,000 employees, IBM laying off around 8,000 employees. So it's not just laying off existing employees. In fact, this morning there was a news that Intel is planning to lay off around 20,000 employees. So this is not about just existing employees. We are also hearing the news that the freshers are, though they have got the offer, companies are asking them to come after some time. They are delaying the offers. There are also news that companies are rescinding the offers, declining, saying that we don't have any more positions. There is a survey done, but this is slightly old, so pardon me for that. This is last year's survey, where survey clearly told that there is a dip of almost around 25% in hiring entry-level technical people. So this trend is going to go on. But then what we see is across the industry, whether it is at entry level or at senior level, the layoffs or hiring has continuously slowed down month on month. Earlier, it was year on year, quarter on quarter, but now year on year. So is this affecting only IT employees? Is AI the reason for all of this? If you see, due to AI, it's not just the IT employees. This was a recent post on X, or the erstwhile Twitter. Even surgeons who operate on us, doctors, are getting worried that AI is going to replace them. Now, with this kind of news that is coming in every day, right? So every day we hear only these negative news. And the same thing comes to me that, Girish, if AI is, you guys are working on AI and then this is going to replace so many jobs, what is going to happen to us? So, should we be scared really now? Should I be scared? Should you be scared? Any of you, right? So if I took a example of a doctor, it applies even to finance industry, it applies even to healthcare industry, it applies to a banker, it applies to a wealth management, everyone, right? So AI is coming everywhere. But does that mean that we should be scared? Should we be worried that I will not find the right job, or I will not find the right promotion? The moment I go for a promotion, will they ask me to go from the company or just say thank you? My answer as an AI expert, or as an experienced person in AI, is absolute no, right? Technology has been evolving. So I know majority of you guys are in early 20s or mid 20s, but if you ask some of your parents or those participants who are above 35, 40, know that in our initial days, whenever we had to go, whenever we had to withdraw the money or deposit money, we had to go to the banks. And there were a lot of tellers who were sitting caged with money, and then we had to stand in a long queue. We had to convince our managers in our office that because I had to go to bank, I'll be late to the office. You have to plan ahead if you have to go to the bank, either to deposit money or withdraw money. This was really painful for consumers. But then came the ATMs. ATMs made life of every consumer so easy that they don't have to go to the banks. But then what happened to the tellers' jobs? Did tellers lose jobs? Obviously, earlier every bank had 3 to 4 tellers who would exchange money. But then if you see the transition, the number of banks have drastically increased. Number of branches, sorry, not just banks. Banks have also increased, but also the branches have increased drastically. You see small pocket branches, micro branches everywhere. The number of ATMs have also grown so much that, in fact, I would say that the number of security guards jobs have increased for each ATM, and each branch has at least micro branch has at least 5 to 6 employees. And then there is one more slight change that we see. A teller is not just doing the teller job. Teller is also doing teller's job, plus also maybe auditor's job, plus also some help desk job. So one role which was a unique is the one person who was playing only one role is now playing multiple roles, right? That's the change. Remember this change we are going to talk. So similarly, technology and these things will keep evolving. You saw uh, cycle rickshaws being replaced with auto rickshaws being replaced with cabs, and now with free buses being provided by both Karnataka government and Telangana government. I'm sure many of you have heard the news that cab drivers and auto drivers were also very worried, right? But does that mean that they will not get their business? It's not just, it's just the evolution that we have to adapt. A human being has been great at adapting to the changes that are happening around, and all we have to do is adoption of that. Now, we have seen that large enterprises have been continuously laying off. What does that mean? Does that mean that we'll not have jobs? How is AI changing the entire landscape? If you see, while large enterprises are laying off a lot of people, there are new emerging startups which are forming. Those who are in Bangalore, those who are in Hyderabad, Chennai are seeing that every day. Only challenge that now they are facing is, instead of going to their parents and telling that I have got an offer in TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Microsoft, they are now going with some unknown names. One of the unknown name for most of you could be Code.ai, but they are going to their parents with unknown names, and first question that parents are asking is, what is this company? I never heard about it. But my recommendation to all the parents is encourage children to join in those AI based startups as long as they are getting that ability or the chance to take a risk, learn, and challenge themselves for the learning the new technologies. So if you see the landscape, there are a lot of AI startups coming in, and the investors also are investing in these new age startups than an existing large organization. So I'll take a bit of a pause. I know this was a lot of negative news and this last transition, but if you see, there has been a lot of technology that has been coming on to all of us. So here, I want to understand from each of you, which apps do you use every day, right? To start with, maybe an example of WhatsApp. Do all of you use WhatsApp, or is there any participant here who doesn't use WhatsApp?
So, Girish, there are a lot of messages which are pouring in. I think if you can check it out, that would be awesome.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So exactly. I mean, Santosh mentioned a really great point that now ATMs are also getting closed due to API. So that is the impact of technology that all of us have. But I'll also come to that point where what is the impact on ATMs are not closing, but maybe the number of people going to the ATMs is definitely reducing a lot. So I see lots of you typing in that you are using ChatGPT, you are using Claude, Google AI Studio, Perplexity. Awesome, guys. I think you are more technology guys. But I want to also understand about how many of you are using WhatsApp, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. No one's typing, no, or either no one is accepting that they are using WhatsApp, YouTube every day, or they are living in very old age.
I think we need to ask who's not using that,
Who's
Girish.
not using? Very true. Very true. So if you during the research, when I was checking, sorry, I think this is going back for some reason. Let me try. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So when I was preparing for this presentation, this interesting fact came out. If you see, India is the global #1 consumer of WhatsApp. India is number one consumer of YouTube. Obviously, ChatGPT, most of you are also typing in ChatGPT. So yes, we are the number one consumers of the ChatGPT app in the world. For Instagram, Facebook, for some reason we are lacking. We are number two. But definitely, India is one of the strongest contender for consuming a lot of apps. So whether they are Chinese apps, whether they are US apps, we are ready to latch onto them and use them. So the use cases also, the number of, you notice the number of hours we are spending on each of these as consumers. It's mind-boggling. I mean, it's great. That tells that for any industry, Indians are ready to adapt to the technology. I'm sure UPI almost everyone is using. I didn't put it here because I can't rank it globally, but almost 90% of all of us use UPI almost every day, either via Phone Pay, Google Pay, Beam, whatever. So we have been one of the best consumers of technology. Do you agree, guys? Anything new comes in, we are the first to accept, adapt to that technology. I'm seeing a lot of yes pouring in. I didn't see any no yet. That's great. Awesome, guys. So if we are one of the greatest consumers of the latest technologies, irrespective of the country whoever is launching, then what should we do now? Should we continue to being just the consumers of technology? So the change has been very drastic, so rapid that earlier Indians were the best consumers because the latest technology was not at their hand. It was the latest technologies were mostly available in US, Europe, China, but it was not available in India. But what is happening now is very drastic. If we don't adapt ourselves and change our mindset from being just consumers of the technology to the builders of the new age technology, builders of the new age application, creators of the new age applications, and produce new content. There is a lot of dearth. If you see any content on the internet, most of the content is generated from non-India. Most of the new age applications are created outside of India. I'm saying most because there are a lot of initiatives happening now in India. But then I want us, yes, let us be the first consumers, but it is the time and right time because of AI for all of us to be the builders. To start with an example, guys, Guru and Suchi mentioned about Udyog Pramoda. The Udyoga Pramoda initiative was first started offline, just on WhatsApp group. We tried to help some of our job aspirants speaking offline. But then the amount of requests we started getting in, we understood that we can't scale this way. So we ideated that we need to build a website, and a small team started building this website. Now, if you see the team, this is just built by 5 members, all part-timers, 2 part-time engineers who are doing their full-time job elsewhere, spending 1 or 2 hours whenever they find, one part-time mentor also who is a delivery head and participating as an engineer, and couple of enablers who were trying to help these guys with whatever is required, and then guiding them, testing the application. If you have to build a website which allows you for a job aspirant registration, event publishing, mentor registration, matching the mentors against the job aspirants, how many days do you think these 5 members working part-time would take? Can you message how many days would you take if you have to do this? Build this website which is dynamic, allowing you to register, and then also it tracks from which mobile you are browsing this website, from which country, from which location, which page have you browsed from within the site. So we track all of that. So tell me, how many days would you take if you have to build this website? Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of members posting 4 to 5 months, 45 days, 2 to 3 months approx. Thanks a lot, team, for typing in some. I think Omkar said 10 days. Great, guys. Great. 3 weeks with the use of AI. Awesome. 1 month, 2 months. Great, great. Please keep flowing in your messages. That will encourage all of us. So if you see, this was built in just 5 days. Team took only 18 hours to build this entire website. Of course, they used AI. So without AI, like most of you would have mentioned, most of you have said this would have taken 3 to 4 months or 6 months because everyone is part-time, collaborating, pushing. Obviously, this would have taken a lot of time. But because we leveraged this AI, we are able to build this just in 18 hours and we went live in 5 days. And we have almost 400 registrations today done. So again, most of them didn't know any technology that we are using. It's all AI that we leveraged. They are technologies, but not the technologies that we wanted for a website. And no skipping of any process. It was process driven. So yes, we built this website in 5 days. Awesome. But then are there any others who can do something similar? I keep getting some of these questions whenever I'm interacting offline that, hey, I'm a homemaker now. I took a career break for 5-6 years. Now I am not in touch with technology. What can I do now? Can I come back and work? Can I build something on myself? And it was an amazing question. Maybe a couple of years back or 4 years back, I would have said it would be tough to get a job because even my mindset was more about job. But then the moment generative AI, I saw the potential of generative AI and I started experiencing the potential of generative AI, I felt, why should someone just restrict themselves to do a job? Why can't they build applications? And I started exploring and seeing who could be the homemakers who would have taken a career break and built something big. I saw that Savita Garg, she is from Delhi. She started eClassopedia as a startup. Being a homemaker, mother of two, she started leveraging AI, specifically generative AI, started building prototypes, going to the investors, talking to them, building a company around, and build a complete online education platform using AI. Again, building an education platform, guys, it's not that easy. It would have taken a team of at least 20-25 engineers for 1 year at least to build the complete platform. But then with generative AI, the art of possible becomes wonderful. I mean, it's amazing. She's already helping 350 women in restarting their careers. Isn't it great, guys? Similarly, Purva Gupta, she's from US. She moved post marriage from India to US. Was again staying at home, but then the founder in her urged her to learn AI, generative AI again, and built an e-commerce application, finding the gaps within their community, and then started small and helped build home-based entrepreneurs who wanted to sell something on the e-commerce platform. Imagine she has raised $39.5 million last year. So it's AI is making everyone think of a problem, think of a solution, go and build it. Okay. So sorry. Is my voice clear, guys? Okay.
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay, awesome. Because I see a comment. Request, unless you have a question, team.
Srinatha Girish sir, can you mute Srinatha sir? I think he is in somewhere and he has joined. Yeah.
Thank you. So,
I'm
sorry. So, team, jobs are not vanishing. Yes, we are seeing many people getting laid off, a lot of job aspirants not getting jobs, but then jobs are not vanishing. Sorry, they are just evolving. One thing that we need to remember, I mean, especially for the folks from IT background, I hear a lot of aspirants coming to me, sir, I am a Node.js developer. I want a job. I'm a Python developer. I want a job. Okay, that's okay. But the next thing is when I ask them, okay, you have learned Python, but would you be okay to do Node.js? They would say, sir, I want to do only Python. That is not going to continue. I mean, you need to be a engineer who can solve a problem. Programming languages, now AI is able to take care of it. You should come out of this language barrier. Never restrict yourself. I am only a web guy. I am a backend guy. I am only a DB guy. No, you need to be ready to work in any programming language. As long as solution is there in your head, you can leverage AI to write in any target language. The way I mentioned in Udyog Pramoda, the engineers didn't know Node.js, they didn't know MongoDB, but they were able to build using AI. So again, I'm the target for today's audience, guys, is both IT and non-IT guys. So hence, I'm trying to keep it very, very generic. Being from research background, it is tough for me to speak in common language, but I hope I'm able to make sense here. Yeah, the session is getting recorded, guys. We'll share the session recording later to all of you. So yes, there are challenges. Girish says that there is art of possibilities huge with Gen AI. Everyone can build. So what should I do? Right? So should we ignore what is the change that is happening? How many of you agree that we should just ignore? Because this is one of the nice things, guys. So one of the team member in my team had come to me saying, Girish, technology is changing so rapidly. I think we should pause learning AI for next 4 to 5 months, because anyways it is going to change. So let us ignore the changes that are happening and let us relearn after 6 months. So how many of you feel that since anyways technology is going to change, let us ignore it for now?
Ignorance is not bliss here.
Okay. So yeah, so I see some people saying, yeah, these technology changes come and go, it doesn't matter, my job is safe, right? So those who want to say, yes, we can ignore, please type ignore.
No, if we ignore evolution, one day evolution will ignore us. It's a simple.
Exactly. Yeah. Some people just sleep, say, yeah, it's okay. Let us see what happens tomorrow. आज करे सो काल करे सो परसों इतनी जल्दी क्या है भाई जब जीना है बरसों, right? So people tend to ignore and then sleep over it. Some are very scared. In fact, this happens even to me. Even I'm scared a bit, but being the technology guy, but my scare is different. My scare is more that am I missing something? I want to learn something new. But there are people who are scared and they run away. They say, oh, I can't do this. AI is not my era. I can't learn AI. So tell me something small. So how many of you feel that we should run away from this technology? Guys, only way you can keep me motivating is by typing in your messages, comments. So that will help me understand whether I'm in touch with you, am I making sense to you or not, right? And the
Yes,
last
sir.
way for
Going
us,
everything on a right track. No issues, sir. Continue.
thank you. So the last way is to learn and adapt the newer technology that is coming in. How many of you agree that we have to learn whatever is coming on our way? Awesome, 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 guys. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Right, so I see a message that we can code in any language, but the system design is the problem. guys, system design is also not a problem. As long as you know what is the problem, you know what is the solution, you can take help of AI to do the system design for you, right? Only thing is you need to be clear on what is the solution that you want to solve, and you need to understand the boundaries of that solution. What will be the limitations, what will be the asset, what I want to do and what I don't want to do. Because I think Ajay Joshi mentioned that he can code, but he see challenges in system design. Yes, in interviews, people ask for system design. We'll come to that maybe in few of our upcoming sessions, but then that is also not a problem. AI is able to do that. Okay, so shall we take our first step in understanding how we can help each other leveraging generative AI? I'm sure many of you have already taken the first step, but then uh, let us start or restart trying to understand how I can take my first steps in generative AI. The term generative AI itself, team, talks about generation, right? It is something that can generate. So, what can it generate? When in 2022, 21 September, when ChatGPT was launched by OpenAI, it was able to generate only text. And I have spent last 10 years building NLP models, building a machine learning models for predicting the conversational AI in the conversational AI platform, for predicting the next text, what is the intent of the user, what are the things that we need to do next. But then in the last 1 or 2 years, there has been a revolution in generating images, audios, video. Video is very new as of now, but and it's also very costly. But then the pace at which the technology is changing, I may be already late. Maybe by now, in the last 1 hour, the someone would have launched a newer generative AI model for generating awesome videos, right? So, what are the tools that all of us can use even today? Is I'm sure, like I have seen some people chatting, mentioning already Chat GPT, which is very awesome. But OpenAI has democratized AI for all of us. AI was available only for premium members earlier, but from the launch of ChatGPT from OpenAI, they have democratized the generative AI for humankind. They are very premium. But they are also giving free. So all of us, those who are not using, I would request start using ChatGPT. Google Gemini is almost free for every Android phones, especially the Google Gemini Pro is free for students. So if you are a student of any university or a college, I would request take subscription for the Gemini Pro using your student ID card. So Perplexity is one of the tool that I used almost every day. In fact, Perplexity and Grok are one of my favorites. Again, Perplexity, if you are a retail customer, guys, leverage that. It's free for you. Grok is paid, but really very good. Claude is also very strong. And DeepSeek has, in fact, in DeepSeek is again a Chinese model team. But the reason why I mentioned is they have changed. Like when we speak about movies, we talk about pre-Bahubali and post-Bahubali, isn't it? How much money did this movie make after Bahubali? So the benchmark has changed, right? So earlier the benchmark was ChatGPT, and there was so earlier there was a competition between OpenAI, Gemini, Microsoft as to who is releasing the largest model. I am releasing 10 billion model, I am releasing a trillion model, I am releasing 5 trillion model. Because the highest the size, larger were the capabilities. But the moment DeepSeek came, they revolutionized everything. They said with low budget, also I can build something which is very, very strong and comparable to OpenAI's ChatGPT model or Gemini model. It's very, very small model, but equal capabilities to one of the strongest models from OpenAI and Gemini. So that's the reason why I mentioned DeepSeek is also correlating to the builders idea that I was mentioning, that if you want to build with low budget, smaller data, now in India also, if Chinese people can do it with a smaller data set with their capabilities, even we can do it. So what kind of text generation? I'm sure many of you have already used or ChatGPT or generative AI in many cases. But then I wanted to take some examples where I felt that this is really very nice way in leveraging AI. So when I was a kid, I mean, definitely my IQ levels were very average. So it was tough for me to sometimes understand some of the algorithms. When I try to recollect and I try to do this with Pythagoras theorem, when I wanted to understand, I asked my sir multiple times to explain it in private. Poor thing, he would explain to me, but then the level at which I would understand and the level at which my respected sir was trying to explain, I was not able to grasp that really well. But now the new age kids, they have the tool of generative AI in their hand. In fact, I use this trick even today. If you say this, can you teach me Pythagoras theorem like you teach a 6-year-old? So the way generative AI is able to explain as if you are a small kid is really unimaginable. I use this trick even today for understanding some of the research papers being published. I upload that PDF research paper and I ask, explain this as if you are an undergraduate. How would I understand? Explain this as if I am a dummy. So it breaks down in a very smaller portions and explains you very neatly. Then from there, once I understand the base concepts, then I ask for the next level. But there is a reverse kind of kids too. My nephew, his IQ levels are so high, he is out of the way. I mean, if you try to explain him something very basic, he would say, "I already know." So there are kids who are to the next level. They ask kind of a questions for which you don't even have answers. They are beyond you. Now, instead of saying, just go and ask your sir, I don't have an, because many of us say, instead we have an ego problem. We don't accept that we don't have an answer. We just shut them. But then AI is giving that ground for both us and such kids to go and ask AI and get those answers for those inquisitive children. There is a nice question from Vijay. Why should we use AI instead of Google? My dear friend, Google is also using AI. So I think Google was also earlier trying to be reluctant. I mean, they were using AI, but they didn't want to give it for free. Okay, because it is costly for them too. So if you search anything, now you see an AI answer first at the top, then you get the links. But it's a very nice question. If you use Google, what if, I mean, if you actually, you should go through the podcasts or videos of Arvind from Perplexity as to why Google is so bad. You search anything in Google, first 5 to 6 links are only ads, right? Which means Google is not trying to answer your question. Google is trying to push you ads related to your question, right? And generate money. Second problem is that you have to skim through all those links, try and understand which one is more relevant to you. Go to that page and find that section of that page from where you can get an answer. How tedious is it, right? You don't want to go to ATMs. You don't want to go to banks. You want to use UPI and do the payment. The consumer of today doesn't want that cognitive load to search, find the right link, go to that page, and then find the actual answer from there. Right? This is new age. I mean, nowadays, I'm sure many of you are already checking your WhatsApp, your Twitter feeds, or your LinkedIn feeds that are going on. So the amount of concentration that this new age generation, including all of us, is very less. So we have to ensure that we take advantage of that minimal concentration of my consumer and give the answer directly instead of asking him to go through the links and my ads. Right? There is a different problem of how do I generate revenue if I'm directly answering, but that is for some other day. In fact, yeah, thank you, Dr. Vijay Vittal. All drug companies are also using AI. In fact, the COVID vaccine was invented within 1 week, but then it took a lot of time because of the trials that it had to go through. So the pace at which you can identify vaccines, the pace at which you can identify newer drugs, has drastically come down because of AI. Yeah, you can give a link and ask it to summarize, but then you have to first find that link, Mr. Viraj, and then you have to give it to AI and ask it to summarize. Instead of that, you just ask a question and let AI answer it for you. So now mothers can also take advantage of AI, because nowadays the kids love to eat something which is non-healthy, available out of the market. So now mothers have to also get innovative. There are some of my colleagues, friends who are preparing newer recipes and asking ChatGPT for the health related information of those recipes. Right? They are asking if the combination is good for health or bad for health. Right? Because sometimes you build a recipe, newer recipe, but you need to know with that combination whether that combination is healthy for the children or not. So the art of possibility has increased a lot because of this. Now, Satya, whoever say, if your manager is saying that you are an intern, don't use AI. I think this is right and wrong. The reason why he might be saying, the reason we need to understand the reason why they say is that the basics have to be always strong, right? The if you are supposed to build something, your basics have to be strong. So maybe he wants your basics to be first strong, and then you leverage AI, because sometimes ideally what we do is we use AI at our place, even interns use AI, but then we ask them to review whatever is generated by AI so that they learn from whatever is generated. And then we get it reviewed by seniors, so that and also the code is also being reviewed by AI at our place. Yeah, so that's where I'll thank you, Ajay. I think Ajay is asking if the what is the accuracy of correct answers in ChatGPT. I'll come there. It's a very nice question, and all of us have to have this question.
Girish, for the interest of time, we can take those comments as well
Yeah,
as we progress. Yeah.
yeah. I'm picking some things which are falling in my eye. Maybe I missed, but I'll come back there, guys, because there are only 7 minutes I left. I want to get into this. So, how many of you have heard this term called prompt engineering, guys? Have you heard of this term called prompt engineering? Yes, many of you are heard this. It is great. I think it's awesome that all of you have heard about prompt engineering. It's awesome. Already, if you have seen my previous slides, the kid example, the mother's example, all of those are nothing but prompts. We scientists have a knack of making something, naming the things very, very complex. Prompt engineering is very simple. However, the reason why I wanted to mention is that the kind of jobs that we are seeing being posted on LinkedIn related to prompt engineering has surged almost to 50%. Every alternate job that I see mentions that you need to be aware of prompt engineering or you need to be master of prompt engineering. In fact, I tried to do some research again with the help of AI. Right? This is not something that I spent days. It may be 10 to 15 minutes. I leveraged Grok, I leveraged Perplexity and generated this table. If you see, the surveys have been done, and then they are seeing that the people who have mastered prompt engineering, their salaries have drastically increased. Their possibility of getting job has also increased. So it is very, very important that all of us understand and learn ChatGPT. Okay, Suchindra says our fathers had to read books, we had to Google, and our children will use ChatGPT. Yeah, very, I mean, that is true. That is something that we can't avoid. But then I wanted to kickstart on explaining what is prompt engineering. Um, this today will be very basic, but then this is something which is common sense, team. This is not, I am not teaching you anything new. You use this almost every day. A prompt is nothing but a plain text that you are when you are interacting with the computer. Earlier, whenever we had to interact with the computer, we had to write in the programming languages like Python, Java, C, C++, blah blah blah. But the way you convey now, or the way you talk to the models, is natural language. You can speak in English, Kannada, Marathi, Telugu, in whichever language you know. These models are aware of more than 100 languages. Some are even aware of 200 plus languages. So prompt engineering is just crafting what you type. The earlier example was explain me Pythagoras theorem. I could have stopped there. But then explain me Pythagoras theorem as if you are explaining to a 6-year-old. So that tells the way in which you are asking, whether it is our Gurugalu to whom we go and ask for some questions, whether it is to your parents, whether your father or friends, the way we convey automatically comes what I am trying to explain. So every time you ask any AI, you should set a role. What is the objective? Give the right context. Ask the right question. I'll come to an example here. So many of you, whenever you would have gone to Gurugalu or your local gurus, you would have given a context that, hey, I am having these challenges. During these challenges, I want, and these conditions that are prevailing, how do I do this? A newborn child is born in my family, but I have to do Shraddha Karma. What should I do? So if you just go and tell them a newborn child is there in my family, what should I do? They wouldn't understand the context. You have to tell that there is some context, there is some background, and then question, right? It has to be, you need to be very very clear. I'll try to explain this with a small example. Though but, I know a nice example from Telugu. I don't know how many of you know Telugu. There was a very famous movie in our childhood or our young age called as Mayalodu, where for everything that someone asks, the comedian would say, Enduku, Emiti, Ela, Epudu, Ekkada, which means Enduku is why, what, when, where, how, right? These are the things. So this is common sense. So whenever I'm say something you want, say basically I want to find a prompt engineering job. That is a what. What do you want? Then you add a role as a career coach specializing in careers. Explain me how to find a prompt engineering job. So now you are telling AI that AI has to play a role of a career coach. Many of us, right? I am a husband, I am a father, I am a brother, I am a son, I am a mentor, I am a leader in my company, right? So there are multiple roles that each of us play. And as a human being, as of now, we are able to interpret our roles automatically or implicitly by knowing the opposite person and understanding their purpose. We automatically change our role. But for AI, it gives better responses if you are able to ask them as a coach, right? Many times you go to your parents, it's, if you would have been in my place, tell me what would you do, right? So that is the kind of role play that you have to do. Then you have to give some background, right? Here I am a content writer from Hyderabad with so and so experience. I have completed the course in prompt engineering. That is a background, right? You are trying to find a job. Now, why? My objective is to secure a job as a junior prompt engineer within next 4 months. Now, what is your actual question and what do you expect from the AI? I want at least 5 job titles which I can search for. Give me a list of 3 companies in Indian origin which are hiring non-technical background people in the AI roles. If you remember, there were a huge demand for data engineers earlier who would just come annotate the data, right? Their job was just annotation. Now there is huge demand for someone who can do prompt engineering, right? So we can, if imagine now, if you see this prompt, how to find a prompt engineering job. As I mean, as a career coach specializing in AI careers, explain me how to find a job with the background, with clear expectations, what you want, right? The moment, imagine yourself being so clear, even with your teachers, even with your brothers, sisters, parents, the kind of answer that you would get from them is very close-ended. So every time we are also taught, ask close-ended questions, never ask open-ended questions, right? So this is just one part of it, which is called as zero shot prompting. So whatever I explained is called as zero shot prompting, but there are a lot of advanced techniques that you can use. Like few shot prompting is giving some examples and then then asking AI to do some stuff. Then there is chain of thought, meta prompt. There are a lot of stuff, guys. So we'll learn all of these things in the future course, or you can learn all of these things yourself. There are a lot of free courses also available. So I see that I've crossed 10 p.m. team, but do you have patience to continue for some more time? If you say yes, I'll continue. Thanks a lot. I see a lot of team mentioning yes. So thanks a lot. So coming to an earlier question, one of the participant asked, "Can I trust AI's responses?" Isn't it? So yes, there are some limits of AI, but the important term is the last word, yet. Okay, the limitations that ChatGPT had 1 year back are not there today. The limitations that ChatGPT had 3 months back are not there today. So the limitations are continuously changing. So I'll talk about some of the limitations which are applicable, but not for all the models. How many of you remember this? First thing is, who is this actor? How many of you know this actor? Okay, some of you have started telling. Now, how many of you know this movie? What is the problem that this person had? What is the problem that Amir Khan was having in this movie called Gajni? Yes, excellent. Memory loss problem. Though for those who have not seen this movie, Gajni, whatever he does on that day, if he sleeps, next morning he would forget what he did yesterday. Right? So that's called that's where the memory loss, or there is a frozen memory. So sorry, I had asked ChatGPT, this was in the month of June, who won the match between India and England in June 2025. So I have clearly given the context, match between India and England. I have also given the date or month, June 2025. But see the answer. Again, if you ask this question to ChatGPT, it will do well. So what we need to be cognizant of is the limitations of each of the models. So it gave an answer from 2024. As of my last knowledge in June 2024. So it's the frozen knowledge. The knowledge of DeepSeek is frozen in June. Similarly, ChatGPT's knowledge is also frozen. But as I mentioned earlier, they have overcome some of the issues by doing web search, which is also called as RAG. So there is, I don't know how many of you have heard. We have usually heard about 1 billion model, 2 trillion model, 5 trillion model. But then each of these models also have a limitation called as context window size, right? ChatGPT can take only 128K tokens. Gemini can take 1 million tokens. That is, what is tokens is the amount of input. In a simple language, each word is one token. Ideally not. The AI even breaks those words sometimes, but you can imagine each word is one token. So at any user input, ChatGPT can take only 128,000 tokens, including the history, for it to remember. So we have to play around this context window. So from prompt engineering and playing around with context window came a new term called as context engineering. But then the challenges that AI today has is frozen knowledge, which is slightly overcome by web search. Now ChatGPT, Perplexity, Grok, all of them have this capability of web search, but their original knowledge is limited only to that period when it is trained. Yes, training, guys, training a model. In fact, the first version of ChatGPT took 7 years to be built. They had thousands of NVIDIA GPUs. They had taken huge amount of data, and it took 7 years. Google Gemini also took almost 3 years. But DeepSeek was the moment where they built a model within 3 months. But 3 months of running of thousands of GPUs with large amount of data. So first output comes after 3 months. That is the amount of time that it takes. And you never know if the output is good or bad. Right? So this will burn a lot of money. But DeepSeek has given a chance to all of us that you can still, compared to ChatGPT, you can burn less money. I don't know how many of you remember this movie. This movie is called as Calling Karthik, where the hero was getting calls and he was speaking to himself, right? So that typically is called as hallucination, where you hallucinate as if something is happening around you. So if you see this example, this is from ChatGPT, guys. So I took this example on 27th June. So it's not very far, just 1 month back. I asked, what's the current score between India and England? And it answered very confidently, here's the latest update on third ODI between India and England. While during 27th June, before that or after that, there were test series going on between India and England. But it confidently gave. So the point I'm trying to make is, don't trust blindly. But then what should I do? You can counter ask some questions. Are you sure that this is right? Have you checked that this month? So there are ways in which you cannot just blindly trust the answer. You need to use some human reasoning as of today. Again, my term yet is the most important thing here. Yeah, Ashish, sir, will AI help in horoscope and numerology? Yes, it is helping, but again, we need to be very cautious. There are a lot of people who blindly trust our astrologers, and if you take astrologers, if you go to 10 astrologers in India, 10 astrologers will tell you 10 different things, right? And you go and trust everyone. So similarly, if you blindly trust AI on the astrology, it could be tough, but yes, the day will come where you can trust even AI for that. Maybe astrologers will use AI to better interpret the output of AI, right? Instead of you trusting it blindly, an astrologer can ask counter questions, seeing your face, seeing your gestures, and can counter question some of the stuff and try to come up with a better predictions. So there are few other tricks, few other issues which I don't want to go in detail, but there is a huge problem of prompt injection. Many AI-based applications have been hacked because of prompt injection. So whenever you are building an AI-based application, we need to be very careful about the prompt injection attacks. Sometimes in maths, while ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini kind of models have matured a lot, many small models are still doing mistakes. For example, it thinks 9.11 is greater than 9.9, right? 9.11, my pronunciation is also wrong. It should be 9.11. But LLMs or models think that 9.11 is greater than 9.9. So we need to be very careful, especially in trying to do mathematical calculations, averages, stats. So as of now, in our company too, we don't trust AI to do calculations. We just ask AI to give us the numbers for calculation, and we write a program. In fact, we ask AI to write the program dynamically to do these calculations. The output of that program is executed and then given to LLM for preparing the answer. Yes, we can combine cybersecurity technologies and AI. There is a lot of already AI. In fact, we have also found some patents on security using AI, but this combination is already in progress. In fact, quantum computing and AI is also being combined. So yes, sorry, Sunil, you asked, so can't rely on data accuracy. Mathematical calculations, we can't rely on it. Even some of the numbers that are being generated, we need to be very careful of what it is generating. So I might need another 10 minutes, guys. I hope it's okay with all of you. So who can use it? Yes, everyone can use it, guys. I'm stressing a lot on homemakers because that was a demand from a lot of my team members that the impact just don't talk about IT. So yes, it is applicable for homemakers. It is applicable for entrepreneurs. Every entrepreneur can, instead of depending on calling on 10 different people to get the data, the entrepreneurs can do themselves a lot of stuff without waiting for information from their team members. Finance advisors, yes, a lot of finance advisors already are leveraging AI. So for example, my financial advisor, I could have done myself, but then if I would love if my financial advisor comes prepared, leveraging AI, and instead of taking 1 hour of mine, can come up with a nice report and convey me whatever message in 5 to 10 minutes. Right. So it is impacting every area, but it is also empowering each area for all of us to use it. Job seekers, how can I use? I mean, this is again an experiment run in Udyoga Pramoda by one of our mentors. And it really worked well and it gave huge confidence to our job aspirant. A job seeker, there are a lot of things that they can leverage using generative AI with this. Pawan, I'll come to how to learn AI. So for career clarity, sometimes you are not very clear what you want to do. What are your strengths? What are your weakness? And you are not very comfortable explaining that to your peers or others. So um, you can chat with AI to clarify yourself as to what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses and what should I do. Job discovery, personalization. In fact, interview feedback. This was an experiment run by our mentor where um, the aspirant was asked to chat with AI for the questions that they faced in the interview and the answers they gave. And AI helped them improve their answers for the next rounds of interviews. And AI was giving them scores. How did you fare in these questions and these answers? So you can, as an aspirant, you can use the AI for these things and get into fall in love with that. So I'm trying to create a different personas and try to help understand each of you as to what tools can be used. So there are people who come and say, Girish, you asked me to be a builder. I'm not into IT, but I know the problem. I know how to solve, and I want to improve my day-to-day productivity in office. You can use ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini on your daily basis. These are all available on your phone. So you can leverage these for your day-to-day activities. But if you are a builder, you are not from IT, you don't know much of a coding, you can, but you know the problem and you know the solution, what you want as a solution. You may or may not know coding a great. So you could use tools like Cursor. Our entire Udyog Pramoda website was built using Cursor. So you can use tools like Cursor. Lovable. Lovable is great at building the UI applications. Cursor is great at building the backend applications. You could use Core, which is my company, for building any conversational AI bots or building any agents. You can use Bolt. Bolt is also good at UI, or you could use Devin. Devin is very, very costly as of now, but the quality of code that it generates is very high. Sorry. If you are good at coding, guys, you could use tools like Na10, core.ai, build your agents, identify the problems, build AI agents using core.ai, N8N. Most of them are drag and drop tools, but then they allow also to write code. Crew AI, LangGraph, and AutoGPT are completely coding. They have a version of their agent frameworks in Node.js or TypeScript, and also in Python. So if you are a coder who knows Node.js or Python, you could leverage Crew AI, LangGraph, AutoGPT. If you know only JavaScript, basic coding, and you want drag and drop, then you could use core.ai, N8N. But there are 100 other tools also available. Yeah, N8N is a no-code builder, but it also allows you to write code. So I'm talking about people who can code, but also can leverage drag drop both. So there's another persona which I am into, and then my team is into, is that you need to be very good in math. So you cannot be you don't come to us saying I'm a Python programmer. Can I get a work in AI? It doesn't work because Python is only a programming language, right? So mathematics has to be very, very strong for you to build something from scratch in LLM. So there are a lot of other techniques like retrieval augmented generation. So we have our products that we build using retrieval augmented generation, fine tuning of the model. So a lot of public models or open source models, they are good at certain stage, but you need to fine tune them for your domain sometimes. So fine tuning of the models becomes more cheaper, and some customers, they don't want to send data to the public cloud, so you can host a fine-tuned model yourself and then leverage it. You can also build LLMs from scratch. So there are a lot of books. I mean, there are a lot of books also for building LLM from scratch, becoming an AI engineer. So there are a lot of courses, free courses also available, paid courses also available online. You can also reach me out offline. I can help you learn any of these technologies. Will it replace doctors such as pathologists and radiologists? Rekha Kulkarni has asked this. I would say those pathologists or those radiologists will be replaced who don't know AI, right? So radiologists, if you see the last 4 to 5 years of admissions in AIMS and for super specialty, the highest demand admissions were for radiologists. But slowly that is going to come down because AI can do predictions much higher quality. But then these radiologists, these pathologists have to leverage AI. So every persona, in fact, whether it is doctors, lawyers, in fact, there is a lot of legal AI coming in. So it's just that what used to take 1 month, for example, for writing a patent earlier used to take 3 to 6 months for me. But now it has become so easy because of AI that I can write a patent in a month because I do part time whenever an idea comes. So we have to start. So the journey was longer. With AI, it becomes easier. So every personality, it will affect everyone, but in a positive way as long as you are adapting to it. That is what I want to say. So the reason why I want even our math guys, our AI engineers to learn and become strong in AI foundations and contribute in building is because even Indian government has taken initiatives. Not just Indian government, Telangana government, Karnataka governments are spending a lot of money in procuring NVIDIA GPUs, and they want to build AI for India, from India for to the world, right? So similar to the government's initiative of UPI, where we have built it in India for Indians, and now it is being spread in other countries. Indian government wants us to build smarter models in India, because if we really understand the why we are greatest consumers is because, if you see Telugu, it has multiple dialects. Every 100 kilometers our dialects change. Kannada, there are multiple dialects. Marathi, there are multiple dialects. So you cannot just say I speak Marathi and speak in one language. So you need to understand each of the dialect of each region. That is very, very challenging. So the data that is available in India is also very scarce. So we need a lot of Indian engineers to come forward, help in building LLMs from scratch in India. There are a lot of initiatives like Sarvam AI, Bharat GPT being built. Yeah, Rohit. Sorry, team, I'm not able to go through all the messages, but we'll go through after this and then respond to you in many times. Yes, I have seen iRobo and Rajnikant's movie Robo. Yes, there might be some situations which will come in future similar to that, but I'm not a good astrologer or a predictor, so I wouldn't go there. So what next, team? I hope you gathered some information, but start prompt engineering, learning prompt engineering. What next is you can take some advanced courses on prompt engineering, fine tuning of models, reach out to me offline. I can guide you even on free courses. Where can you get free courses which are good curated by me? Or I can also help you wherever possible. If you are good at maths, you love fine tuning of models, I can help you offline, or you can even learn. There is a website called deeplearning.ai, which has very small and nice courses. You can, and most of them are free. You can go, of course, Coursera and Udacity and all these are already available. So with YouTube also coming in, there are a lot of courses available. But there are a lot of, we need to identify what is noise and what is of real value. Uh, for those who are builders, who I would, whatever tools that we discussed, Cursor, Core, Lovable, and some of these platforms like NA10, please learn these platforms. They are very easy and most of them have free trainings, right? So please utilize those and learn those tools, because unless you learn these AI tools, getting your next job or building an application will get difficult. So
Girish sir, I have one question.
yes, sir.
To learn this AI, we
Hmm.
have do we have to have this engineering background, or any domain person from any domain can learn this AI?
Yeah. So again, sir, like I was saying that this needs to be divided. So what part of AI do you want to do? Do you want to build LLMs from scratch? Then you need to be an engineer, or you need to be good at programming, or and you need to be good at maths. But if you want to just leverage AI and build applications, then you can use these tools like Na10, LangGraph, Crew, or Core, or there are many other tools also now, LangFlow, and a lot of things. You can use that. In fact, Google is going to launch a no-code application builder soon. AWS has launched a no-code application tool last week. So newer tools are coming in. We just have to learn how to use these tools to build applications. And you could be mechanical, you could be civil, you need not be engineer, you could be an MBA, you could be a BCA, BSc, doesn't matter. Everyone can learn AI. The advantage of generative AI is that everyone can learn AI to solve their problems. Does
So
that answer
basically,
your question?
most of the peoples have question in their mind. We are from we are not from engineering background. We are from other streams. So how, if we can advance our knowledge or go through the next step, is AI going to help us or not? So that's
Yes.
why I asked.
Yes, sir. So AI is going to help everyone, irrespective of which stage you are in, from LKG to PG. Everyone. So I'll be happy. Please join our participants group or mentors group. We can get onto some other calls. I can do a complete Q&A and help each of you in answering some of the questions. For which of the good tool for video generation, Kling is good. I think Runway is good. These are good, but as of now, they are generating 30-second. VO3 from Google is also good. So, but these are all commercial guys, so they just give very small credits, and then yeah, VO3 is from Google, Runway, Kling. These are good, so you can try them. Most of them are give you subscription, or you can log in with your Google ID, and they give you some credits for free initially, and then they ask you to pay. So I hope all of you have enjoyed this session. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stayed for so long in this session. So there are a lot of sessions that we are planning. This session we intentionally kept it at a very high level, and catering to multiple domain, so that we can go a bit more deeper. But your feedback is going to be very, very important for all of us to plan our upcoming sessions. Take all your questions um, and come back with the curated courses for each of you, right? If you just want us to give links, I mean, our mentors are very, very happy to our mentors go weekly, monitor the changes that you are doing, learning. They help you plan and then curate the courses for you and give you. So we'll be very happy if you can give us the feedback on what you are expecting from us as mentors or career coaches, and we'll be happy to come back with more deep dives. Thanks a lot for joining in, but we are looking forward for your feedback. Thank you,
Thank you,
Guru.
sir. Thank you. It was a great session. And one last question, sir, out of the box.
Yeah,
Uh, does evolving with the UI, AI,
correct.
does the human brain capacity decreases in reading and understanding? That was the challenge in future.
So there are multiple ways, sir. So already there is a discussion going on that because we are constantly switching. So there is a research that I did for employee experience. Every employee who is actually working in a company is switching almost 24 company-based apps itself or applications itself within the organization. So imagine every day we are getting notifications from Google, we are getting notifications from WhatsApp, YouTube, everywhere. So the amount of concentration that we have has already gone down, right? But
Exactly.
uh, the way we use AI, anything overuse is bad, but using it right is good. So
Correct, correct.
if I am going to ask it what is 2 plus 2, then obviously I am not feeding my brain with logic. So we need to be a bit careful. This is like a medicine, but treat it like
Correct.
medicine. If you have it irresponsibly, then you could get addicted. So
Girishana, one
Exactly.
moment. Sorry to interrupt. People are leaving. I'm just asking them to, requesting them to stay back for a couple of more minutes. We have some announcements to make.
yes.
Sorry, Anna. Go ahead.
Thanks a lot, team. We'll be happy to answer offline, but go ahead,
Yeah.
Suchindra.
Yeah, thanks. I'm taking off. Girish, Mr. Girish, it was like kind of a wonderful, wonderful session. All the way, all the participants being glued to this session right at the end. That's a very good um, sign. So there are some of the thanks for the session, and we have some of the announcements which we are supposed to do now. So one is. Just a second. So whoever has not registered to the Udyoga Pramoda site website, please go to udyogapramoda.org and please register to that so that we'll understand your participation as well. Two, we have a couple of upcoming one. Tomorrow we have a one session on the soft skills by Suchindra, who is an HR specialist, and he has into a L&D department as well. So you are going to get a very, very, very useful session tomorrow on the resume as well as how to interview. And this is going to be very, very useful session to everyone, not only to the job seekers. I'm telling you, it will be useful for everyone. So tomorrow, stay tuned for 9 to 10, and the flyer is on today night or tomorrow morning. And we have upcoming events which are coming, and I think it is going to be a game changer. Telling you, it's a game changer for Udyoga Pramoda, for everyone over here. And the events which I wanted to talk is I wanted Girish or Suchi, please take over, and I wanted you to talk about the Career Connect as well as the hackathon. Please.
Okay, great. I'll take over. Thank you, Guru Bhai. Folks, we have like Guru has said, we have some game-changing events happening in the next month. On the 16th of August, we have a AI hackathon where we want to invite all of you to come over and be part of this hackathon. We will soon be opening up the registrations on our website, and registering on the website is mandatory for that. So please go ahead and do it. My kid is also listening to the session, so please don't mind if you hear her talking. But yes, so please go register for the hackathon through our website. Prior to that, please register as an aspirant or a mentor on our website. That's number one, and that's on 16th of August. And continuing to hackathon, we will have a career connect, event that will help you to connect with the recruiting partners and hiring managers, wherein you have a chance to get hired. So that's the second event. And on 17th of August, we have a new event called as Udyoga Pramoda Conclave, where we will have industry experts, CEOs or CFOs, all the chiefs of the bigger organizations and the unicorns will be coming and talking to you. Along with that, we will also have Pandita Puja Vidya Simhacharya addressing all of us, and we have many more events planning, events and activities being planned for these 2 days. So please block your calendars, brace yourself. We want all of you to be there in Hyderabad. And we will soon announce the venue and everything. We will share all the details through our website. But yeah, we want you to be there on 16th and 17th. So please brace yourself.
Thanks, Suchindra. I think see udyogapramoda.org. This is the going to be the communication channel for us because we have got it from all the channels like WhatsApp and all. But we wanted to make sure that everyone are looking into this Udyoga Pramoda, and that's our address, everyone's address. Please ensure that you are going and watching that Udyoga Pramoda.
Also,
Also,
please like us on Instagram. Please follow us on LinkedIn. That's also our official channels, Udyoga Pramoda. You can search for it. Aditya, if you can help us with the URLs either today or even tomorrow. Tomorrow again 9 o'clock. I'll be seeing you. We will have the URL shared. Please go ahead, search for us, or if you have the URLs, go ahead and like us and follow us. That's also our official channels. We will also be communicating with all of you through that. If you have any feedback, if you have any communication that you want to do, please go ahead and message us as well. We are happy to help you. We are still building our website channels. We have got an amazing website already, but yeah, if you have got any feedback, if you have got anything, please share us, and we would love to have your voice heard.
so the feedback form will be given quick. Whoever has participated today, we are going to give the feedback form. Aditya is going to share it. And coming sessions, please have an attention about the coming sessions. Tomorrow, we are already told Suchindra is going to take about the resume as well as the how to interview. And please ensure that you are attending it. The next week session, guys, next week session, I'm telling you, they are going to be very interesting. Now, today he has started with a very big bang that is going to continue by other speakers who are in AI. So, what are the topics? We are going to just announce it. The topics will be around AI for the all the the stakeholders, all the users, kind of kids to the housewives to the ITs and non-ITs, everyone. So that's the whole idea. Ensure that you are participating what you have participated today. We wanted you to participate in next coming sessions as well. We are going to give the schedule of the sessions. It will be in your WhatsApp, or you can also check it out in udyogapramoda.org. Anything else we can conclude this day? And
Yes, yes. Thank you for all the contributors and the who are all organized this session. And more inspiring aspirants need to participate in coming sessions, so we can extend these sessions in large numbers.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Thank
Srinivas.
you.
It was a great, Srinivas, sir. That's a great, message. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
I
Thank
think
you,
it was
everyone.
an
Thank you,
awesome,
Mr.
awesome
Gururaj and
session again.
Girish. Appreciate your awesome. Thank you.
It was an awesome session. You have set the standards, no doubt about it, for the Vichar Wine. You have set the standards.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, hi Girish. This is Srikanth,
Yes,
and
Srikanth.
it was really amazing. I mean, I really felt very happy being, I'm a non-AI guy. It was very interesting for me. So I was there throughout the session. So though I'm a not non-technical guy, but it was very interesting and it was a great session. I hope everyone in this session who has participated have really taken out something from this session today, and hopefully this will help each and everyone who has attended this session. and it was great. Thank you very much, Girish, for this.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you,
And
Girish, sir.
I would
It was
tell
excellent
everyone that this
session.
was only a trailer. The team is coming up with a lot of initiatives to help our community.
And one more thing, interesting thing is, the last session would be, so I wanted to tell whoever is left, I wanted to tell that the last session, your last session in this Chaturmasya, you will be doing your own bot. I mean, I'm telling you, you will be creating your own bot. Even kid will create your own bot, right? The idea is to create a bot from your own bot from 8 years to 80 years. That's a thought process. 80 years guy can also create a bot. 80 years old can also create their own AI bot for their own use. And this is going to happen. But if you miss out the sessions, that's going to be kind of challenging. But however, we wanted you to come and attend all the sessions. So the last session of the Chaturmasya, which is going to be there, not last session with the Chaturmasya, you are going to create your own bot. Guys, be very excited. I'm telling you, I'm very excited to create my own bot for my career coaching. I'm a career coach. I wanted to create my own bot. Okay. So please stay tuned.
Yeah. So as we all, great.
Awesome.
You guys.
Take
Thanks a
care.
lot. Thanks a
Thanks for
lot.
staying back so late, guys. Those who have stayed back, thanks a lot for having patience. I know I extended, but it was wonderful. Thank you.
No, sir, it was excellent session, and this knowledge transfer is required. Nowadays, it happens very rare within this our community. I'm frankly and openly saying the way you have started the contribution, it is it help everyone to going for the long run. Yes,
Sir,
thank you.
thanks. This is a great motivation for the entire team. The credit goes to our team. Definitely our captain Srinath Achar and Raghavendra Achar, Guru, Suchindra, Kale Sahib, all of us. I mean, I think I can't name the number of people. I think everyone has, Mr. Aditya has been helping us left and right in preparing the content. So I think this is a teamwork and this is all seva that we are doing towards Gurukul. So, and for our community. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And we'll call it a day with Satyatma Tirtha Swamiji's blessings.
Yes, thank you.
Definitely. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you.